Hi. So, I want to take a few minutes to talk about the books that I have written. So, a few years back, I I started really kind of noticing, well, I've always noticed this. And one of the things that I've noticed was, well, I've always noticed the me and the we. I talk about the me and the we. When I talk about it, I know a lot of people like my partner says to me, "Why do you talk about the bathroom with this?" Well, if you do too much me, you're singing in the shower, and hopefully you're not off key because that may be driving your neighbors crazy, especially if your window open. And if you're doing too much we, well, there's another problem if you're doing too much we, you know. And so we have to not be too individualistic, and we have to not be too collectivism. Collectivism is the ween, and the mean is the individualism. So, um, that's the best way to remember it too. I mean, people are like, oh my gosh. So the next time you're in the bathroom taking a shower, you're probably going to be going, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about the me and the we. So what I noticed with the other personality modalities out there is great, I'm learning the alphabet, or great, I'm learning the numbers. But they were all about me. And so they were doing a lot of me, 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 me. But they were so complicated that all I could learn was me, 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 me. I couldn't get any collectivism going. And then when we become too much of me, 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 what ends up happening is you're self-absorbed. I mean, I'm sure you've seen so many videos on narcissism. And I do not see anyone who wants to go, hey, guess what? Please let me be a narcissist. I really want to learn personality so I can be a narcissist. Guess what? I am going to go take a personality test right now and find out how narcissistic I really am. My dream in life is to be a narcissist. At least I'm hoping not. Please, Most narcissists, I'm going to tell you, are shocked when they find out they're narcissists because they can't believe that they are narcissists. So, as I was noticing that personality models a lot of times were really so me forward because you had to go in through their classes to learn about the other people, and then you had to sit in a class, and then they would teach you this, and it was so, and then by the time you were done you didn't remember anything. It's like, okay, great. I thought, why not make it where it's really simple? Why not make it where we can start to really know who other people are and how they're processing information? So that's one of the reasons we used hunter-gatherer. Most people are hunters and gatherers. We just do it differently. Meaning, I am not going to go, if I'm a hunter, I am not going to go out and go walk down my main highway and get a crossbow and arrow or a gun and start going and hunting for a wild boar. That is not how I hunt nowadays. I'm going to hunt for information. I'm going to hunt differently, but I still am going to have that hunter mentality if I'm a hunter. And if I'm a gatherer, I may not gather like women gathered in the older days, They may have gathered in their sewing groups. They may gather differently. They may go gather at the bar. Yeah, they may go gather, with at a different kind of group or a reading group or something. People gather differently. So I really wanted I really wanted to make it about belonging. So I wrote several books and I put them all together in one big book. I took it down off Amazon. If people want to read it, they can read it. It's a 700-page research book on belonging. Yes, because I put all of them together. I didn't realize how, so this was my first book, so first big book. So I didn't realize how much word transfers into like smaller pages. So I just got a little happy. It took me a while. And, but I talked about the individual. I talked about parenting. And believe me, parenting is a huge one. We can heal a lot of our parenting wounds. We understand this stuff. I talked about the workplace. And I talked about dating, and it wasn't dating in the workplace because that's not a good idea. And I talked about romantic relationships. Because this is also when we understand about partnerships, healthy partnerships, then we're able to navigate things. Healthy partnerships are healthy. We partner with our kids in a healthy way because we want to teach them how to be healthy adults and partner in healthy ways with other people. That's healthy partnerships. Healthy partnerships in workplaces. Healthy partnerships with friends. Healthy partnerships when we're with someone. So they're all the needs languages bring balance and belonging in. And if people want the big one, you guys can all message me. I will put that out there. I will really put that out there again, and you guys can get the whole big book. But that's one of the reasons why I also then went down the path of dark personalities, because that impacts belonging. And really what I was doing with personality is I was saying, we all bring our personality. And the song We Are Family is going through my head right now. We are all bringing our person and our ality to the group. That's the belonging, is the ality. We're bringing that. And that's how we're connecting and communicating who we are and what we need. And if we aren't taught how to, in a healthy way, bring our ality, we become a person that really is dead inside. Doesn't know how to function. Doesn't know how to be the fullness of themselves. Doesn't know how to embrace the culture of who they are. Does not embrace the beauty of who they are. And that's why I wrote that. So it could not just be me, 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 me. It could also include we. So I can go and go, this is how I communicate and process information. How are you processing information? Okay, this is what you need as a hunter. This is what you need as a gatherer. This is what you need if you're not a hunter, if you're not a gatherer. And it is so helpful to understand, I gotta tell you. And I love using this every single day. And I use it to connect. I use it because if I don't understand the patterns, I can't connect. It has saved me. Especially people who tend to be a little more neurodiverse. Sometimes we don't see it. And knowing patterns can be so helpful. Let me tell you, it is helpful. So if you're more neurodiverse and you're struggling sometimes with communication, perfect book for you, because it was written by someone who had to learn how to read the patterns. Yes. And that's how I wrote it. I wrote it for someone. And I looked at it through a conflict resolution lens, through a communication lens, I just looked at the patterns and put all the patterns together. So if you'd also like to learn more, you can always reach out to me at theneedslanguages.com, because it's a language, because belonging is a language. We're always speaking who we are, and what we need is learning how to listen. On that note, I'll see you next time. Bye.